Hello and welcome to The Healing Way. My name is Richard Clark, and on this video I'll be talking about body condition, healing and health. Body condition as it applies to healing that's explained on these videos and the way it's been written about in the blogs. Now, any illness that we get changes our body condition. It changes it quite dramatically. Not just the way we walk, the way we hold our bodies, our postures, our balance, the way we physically move. Not just that, but also the way we think, the way we feel. It changes everything. Our whole existence is changed through illness, and it interacts with this illness. Our bodies interact with this illness, and the body condition becomes one where it becomes a reflection of the illness. And it's possible to train yourself to see these changes in people, to spot what's going on, and just a glance gives you lots and lots of information. This really is a good instruction. A way of instructing the mind, disciplining the mind. It's a way of training the mind to see things. I was watching the television programme Sherlock, and Sherlock says to Watson, "You see, but you do not observe." And the study of body condition, this is very true, to actually observe what you see, to make a note of what you see, to understand what you see, and to see clearly, not to distort it, not to say, "Oh, well, that's that person's characteristics, they're just them." No, it isn't just them. It is the illness expressing themselves by the way they walk, the posture, the way they talk, the tone of the voice, you name it. It just goes on and on. Arthritis is a good one for changing the body condition dramatically. Changes the emotions, or affects the emotions, changes the way people think. Obviously, people in pain who are suffering from arthritis, that will change the way they think. They're angry, they're frustrated, they feel, "Why me? You know, it's injustice." Perhaps fear the future. So this is a good one to study. Now, arthritis, it don't just damage the body and affect the feelings. It's like a poison. Most illnesses are like a poison, and it's a poison that works through our existence and wraps itself around us and changes us. We become what we're not. It makes us what we're not. And it's not just arthritis. What are the characteristics? Well, the hair becomes very brittle, straw-like, and the texture of the skin changes. The way a person walks, there's a feeling to protect certain parts of the body, obviously the painful parts. But the biggest giveaway is the eyes. Oh, and the voice. The voice is a tremendous giveaway. The voice, if you can train yourself to listen to the voice, it will explain everything. Everything is in the voice. But the eyes especially, they reveal everything. This is true of so many conditions. Whatever it is, you look in the eyes, you'll see the cancer, the arthritis, even if there's no direct pain or suffering, or there's no pain as such from the illness, you will see the suffering. You will see the person cowering by looking in the eyes. Study the way they walk, the balance, how they hold themselves, the breath, the breathing, high breathing. All these things reveal everything. And long-term chronic conditions, which is what I'm studying, it's my own personal studying, are exactly that, long term. They don't just appear, we get, one day we're in pain and we've got arthritis. It wasn't there yesterday, it's there today. No, it's always been there. It might have taken decades to get to the point to make its presence felt, but it has always been there. It's like cancer. You don't suddenly get cancer. It's always there from birth. It lives its life through you. And that's the life that you become. You become its life. This whole thing is just tragic. This is the reason why I do so much of these videos, these methods, this healing, everything. Because the human condition, it needs help. It needs help. There is no clear-cut way forwards. There is no easy answers. The human being, just about every human being, is suffering. And the place where I've pitched myself at is the physical suffering. I'm just concerned with physical suffering, not minds, emotions, spiritual development, anything like that. This is step one. Step one is get rid of the physical pain, the physical suffering. If you can do that, then people themselves can move forwards, can go forwards. Obviously it's not going to happen in my lifetime, but it might be possible to start something off if enough people start doing it. In generations to come, our children's children, they'll be free of a lot of the things that we've been under the whip of, we've cowered from. So I think it's a good endeavour. It's worth trying, worth a shot. Okay, so as I say, these long-term conditions, they've been with us all our lives. And it was interesting to me, what we've got now in the last 100 years is photography and film. So that you can see people when they were younger. I was looking at Jacqueline Onassis, Kennedy's wife, and she died of cancer. I can't remember when offhand, but she died of cancer. And when I went back, I found pictures of her when she was very young, with 20s or something. And I could see it there. Her body condition showed the cancer. There it was. It was there. It wasn't strong enough to kill her or even be detected or make its presence known, but it was there. It went through life with her. So her life was a distortion. Not just her, she's an example. I'm saying you can go back, you can look at old pictures of people and you can see it. It's there. It's there. It grows up with us and it lives its life through us, and we create society. So we have a sick society because we are sick. We are ill. You know, we create what we are. We extend what we are. And what we are, I've been doing healing and studying people for all my adult life, probably 40 years. And I think if somebody came in now who was free of illness and had no distortion, no pain, no physical suffering, that would be the first time I'd ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody who wasn't ill. Don't let me talk you into it. If you're 100% healthy, great. Well done. I'll drink to that. This is water, by the way. But the thing with physical illness is it leads to mental illness or mental distortion. Mental distortion. Our mind is made up of energy that the brain takes from the body. Takes from the body? The brain receives energy from the body. That's probably a better way of putting it. Energy flows through our bodies into the brain. And the brain then uses it to create mind. Now if that energy that comes through the body is damaged, harmed, weak, distorted, out of balance with other energies, there's a small amount of one energy, say gravity, then the construction of the mind from these energies, these physical energies, is going to be distorted, out of balance. It's going to be a mind that isn't functioning properly. And with all due respect, when you look at society, it makes you think, well, maybe this is it. I mean, we're seeing things now that are, people are treating each other horrendously. Absolutely horrendously. There is no consideration, there is no respect, there is no decency anymore. You know, so much of these things are considered old-fashioned and they're gone. But the only way we're going to work as a society is to have things like that, is to respect the other person, to treat the other person decently. You know, I think it's the only way that things can go forwards. Not because it's the right thing to do as such, but it works. It works. If someone's kind to you, decent to you, you respond. Anyway, I'm moving a bit away from the topic here, which is the body condition and health. So, yeah, another thing we're very good at, the body condition radiates. It radiates. It transmits. It's like a radio that gives off energy, and this energy is the energy is the body condition. Let's get that right. The body condition is given off as energy. Yeah. That energy will imprint somebody else. It actually is capable of imprinting. We imprint each other's bodies with the energy that we give off. Right? So if you look at a society, everybody moves the same, talks the same, acts the same. We can get the same illnesses because we imprint each other. Right? A healthy person, only sick people can be imprinted. A healthy person who is whole, who is their energy condition has a unified state, there's an integrity about their energy, cannot be imprinted. It's only the healthy person cannot be imprinted. Everybody else gets imprinted like you wouldn't believe. I mean, I say imprinted, maybe the old word was conditioned, another word is programmed, but we program each other's bodies. It's not just minds. Minds get programmed in a completely different way. This is on the physical level. The physical level, the way we program or we imprint each other's physical body with our body condition, which 99 times out of 100 is an ill or sick or unbalanced body condition. The interesting thing is that it's only a body condition that is ill has a pattern. It's the only way that you can have a pattern, because the pattern is, with illness, energy becomes fixed. It becomes almost frozen. It's a frozen pattern. The illness reflects itself as static energy, frozen energy. A healthy person has no fixed energy. Right? This is why they can't be imprinted, because it's only the fixed can imprint the fixed. So it's only a healthy person who's ill can imprint another person's body with the imprint of their illness. A healthy person is fluid and cannot give off, does not give off an imprint. Can't give off an imprint. And can't be imprinted. This is very important. It's very difficult to see a person who is fluid. It's very difficult to see a person. We're so used to seeing people who are fixed, whose body condition is static, that when someone comes along who isn't fixed, who isn't static, who is fluid, and their energies are not restricted, that person is like almost in our blind spots. They move, and afterwards we realise, oh, they've moved. But at the time, we don't see them moving because there's nothing. We're used to seeing stiffness move, static move, energy move. And somebody who's not ill is not static. Right. So as we use the methods, you'll start to see, if you train yourself to see body condition and the changes that come about, you'll start to see the body condition change. The body condition changes as the conditions of illness are lifted, which is interesting. And then you can follow all the changes. You can follow the mind changing. I've learned a huge lesson. I'm working on somebody at the moment, a friend, and her mental state is becoming so much more fluid because fresh energy, I'm putting energy into the body, and this fresh energy is going into the brain, and the brain's using it to create a much more fluid mental experience, which is superb. Instead of stubbornness and resistance and inability to change, there's much more flexibility and movement and openness of the mental aspect, the mental side. The stubbornness and resistance is simply a reflection, or the body or the brain using the energy of the sick body. The sick body creates the sick mind. So once that energy's gone, the fluidness, the fluid energy replaces it. So the mental outlook changes. The way we look changes. The way we feel changes. As I've said in another video, it has to be allowed. You have to let that change. Okay, I think that's pretty much it on this. As people recover from illness, they will change, and you'll be able to see the change. And at some point, you'll be able to see the transformation that comes about from the energies being free, liberated, strong, in balance. When they start to come into balance and harmonise, you'll start to see the transformation, where they become the true human being. And that is one of the, it's not the goals, but it's a good step on the way. Okay, I'm talked out. I should imagine you're listened out. Thank you very much for listening, watching. It's much appreciated. I don't know if we'll ever meet, but all I can say is I'm grateful for the time you've spent listening to these videos. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.